Hey y'all, we are back, honey. We are back to get into another episode of Love Island USA. Okay, we have to talk about it. But before I get into it, I gotta shout out my boo Selena Cole. Cause let me tell you something. She was on my head top, like, where you at? You taking too long with the mother review. Where you at, girl? And I'm like, okay, I'm getting to it. Okay. Hold me accountable, honey. I am here and I'm ready to talk. All right. I'm ready for us to talk about this latest episode. You know, we gotta go in order because I like to go in order of how the show laid out. But I will say this. Y'all finna be mad at me, child. Now don't click off. At least hit the like button before you click off, child. But listen, the bombshells was in bombshelling. Girl, don't fight me. Don't fight me, honey. Do not put your hands on me like that. Okay, understand? The bombshells were not bombshelling for me. I have to be honest, but what I thought was a key was the fact that Jalen made Taylor look like an infant. I'm not finna hold y'all, child. I was like, oh my god, this a lot. This is a lot, but let's just go ahead and get into it. So Huda and Jeremiah, right? They're finishing up their conversation, and Huda is still trying to talk to this man where I feel like he wasn't really trying to talk to her for real, for real. So she asked him if he tried to defend them against the friends, or did he just let them pretty much say what they want to say? And she says if she was playing it safe, she would have never told him about her daughter. And I'm like, I guess just because you told him about your daughter don't mean that you're not playing it safe, right? But anywho, she says, don't let comments from people, no matter how close you are, bother you. And he's like, girl, if you don't get out my face, like, honey, listen, I'm human, okay? And stuff gonna bother me. It's just what it is, okay? I can't always shut stuff down like you might think that you could do. I can't do that, okay? So I'm human. Like, it is what it is. She says his SHI is her SHI. So if somebody mess with her, then, or mess with him, she not messing with them. That's how she's trying to rock when it comes to Jeremiah. Huda, all of this is cute for the villa, baby. I'm sorry. All of this is cute for the villa, but if you ask me, it's not going to go down in the way that you think. Like, y'all will not be together after the villa. I just do not see it. I think Jeremiah is already overwhelmed with you in the villa. Okay. I feel like when he gets out of the villa, he may entertain you and enjoy you for a little bit, but to make a lifelong commitment to you and your daughter, that is not going to happen. And to see how much she wraps herself up into him, I have to be honest, it's so cringy to me. It's not as bad to me as Kaylor was last season, but yeah, it bothers me a little bit. Okay. Let me also say this. Do you guys, am I the only person that notices that Huda likes to lead with sex in a sense? So like when they were upstairs like yesterday and he was talking to her and she was like, oh, are you still out here trying to see other people? Should I start, seeing other people too? Like get to know other folks, like what should I do or whatever? So after he says what he needs to say and stuff, and he's like, I don't like when you tell me you're doing great, you're doing great. When he tells her that he does not like that type of stuff, she says, do you want to go take a shower? Like, do you want to go get in the shower? And he was like, no, because you're rude. And I feel like he said that because she cut him off. Right. And then you over there talking about getting in the shower. That's the main thing that I'm highlighting. You ready to go get in the shower with each other? So then on last night's episode, when they're talking, she's deciding to get up and stand up in front of him and lay on top of him and kiss, 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 kissy, kissy, lovey dovey, kiss, kiss. And then she says, you like me, you like all of me or whatever, you like everything about me. And he was like, 82%. 81, 83, 83%. I like you 83%. I'm like, girl, he is literally telling you what it is. Okay. So he's saying 83%. It just said, can I convince you to like the rest of me or something like that? And I was like, what? It just gives, she leads with sex a lot. So I feel like if you're not getting what you're desiring from guys, it's probably because of that. Just a little bit. Okay. As far as like commitment purposes, and that's just what it is that I'm thinking. But good luck to her. But anywho, Jeremiah does go to the confessional and says that he was happy to see her to react the way that she did, and moving forward, he's also gonna work on moving differently. So it seems like he's not gonna be telling the guys too much of nothing because he likely not gonna want to hear what they got to say back. So he may just only use Nick as a sounding board for that situation with him and Huda. I don't know, but we'll see. Jeremiah, another thing that you do is you mumble a lot. You mumble a lot. You mumble so bad that some of the captions on the videos don't even say what you're saying. And I'm like, that's not what he said. I don't know what he said, but I know that's not what he said. Okay. So yeah, buddy. Anywho, That's that. Let's see. Shelly walks up to everybody because this is after they did the pucker or pie game. So she walks up to people and she's like, "Oh, Charlie, I'm not fucking with you. Taylor, I'm not rocking with you." And Taylor's like, "Why are you not rocking with me? I mean, at least I put some cream and smashed whipped cream or whatever on your body enough for old boy to lick it off." And she looked at Ace and said, "You want to lick it off?" And he was like, "Yes." Yeah, I want to. Yes, can I lick it off? I want to lick it off. Can I go lick it off? She was like, "Come on, come lick it off," and licked it right on off. Like she literally acted as though Austin wasn't even sitting there. So to make it seem as though you really like Austin, we know you don't. You're really all into Ace. Shelly is a person that's really playing it safe. Okay, with the staying in the villa, trying to convince Austin that she likes him. When she really likes Ace, but then Ace shows himself to be unpredictable. So I understand my girl wanting to be a bit safe in the villa, but I'll be glad when her and Ace just go ahead and team up. Get this on out y'all system. Okay, if y'all like each other, kiss up, hug up, touch up. I do see that happening this time around when it's time for recoupling. I do see her picking Ace. I will be cussing her out like I did Ace if she does not pick Ace and she picks Austin. That's crazy to me. But hopefully she can go ahead and pick Ace. They can go and get this out their system and they can be the little cute little couple, whatever the case is. All right. So anywho, so he does it, he licks it or whatever, and she says that she hopes that Austin didn't see it. She hopes somebody was covering his eyes. She says she definitely believes he's gonna bring it up later, although she hopes that he doesn't. Meanwhile, Charlie pulls Austin to the side to tell him, like, "Listen, bro, Shelly really in the Ace. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I don't know how many dudes really trying to be with a girl that's over there letting another man lick some icing or some cream up off her. Like, think about that. And Austin's like, duh, like you talking to him. Like, I get it. Like, I'm the guy that's in the situation, so I know that's not like a good look or anything. But I will say this though, he says that he's not gonna blame Ace for going after what Ace wants. Like, that's the whole name of the game. Like, that's what he's doing. I can't even fault him for real, for real. He says that, I don't really care about chasing Shelly. I'll chase her, but I can only chase her to a certain extent, and he talks about having pride and stuff. So it seems like, he's gonna hang in there for a bit longer. That's what it seems like Austin is trying to say. Now, Shelly, she goes and have a conversation with Amaya because, Amaya just snapped on her the other day, honey. She just went off. And Shelly says that, she respects her telling her feelings and how everything was when it came to her and Ace or whatever. So she respects that. She says that she and Ace just haven't had enough time for her to feel like he is a priority to her. But he is a connection that she still wants to explore. And that's just what that is. And Amaya said, "Oh, girl, can we just move on? Can I just hug you and shut your mouth? Because I really don't even care no more. Like, girl, we're all good. Like, let's just hug it out and let's just move on." So that's how that conversation ends. Meanwhile, it's time for everybody to get ready for bed. And Ace goes and tells Nick, like, "Yo, bro, I'm sleeping in soul ties." Soul ties is crazy. So when Ace goes out there, he's like, "Dang, I never expected that. I was going to be sleeping out here by myself." Well, in a minute, I do believe that Shelly is going to be joining you. I definitely believe that Shelly is going to be joining Ace in the villa. All right. So the next morning, no, actually that night, he tells Nick that he needs Nick to be a sous chef because he is going to be doing hibachi for somebody. And we all know who that somebody is. That person happens to be Shelly, of course. So I was like, okay. He landed on thick. He told her he was gonna do it, and now he is really, really doing it. And I feel like she deserves all of that and a little bit more. Period. So, right before they all go to bed, you can see Nick, who's laying with Sierra, have a pillow in his hand, getting up, and all you hear is Olandria saying something like, "Nick, you better get the fuck away from me." And then and then she calls for Shelly because then Taylor gets up with his pillowcase, and then everybody's just, not everybody, but those four are kind of like, doing the whole pillowcase hitting or whatever the case is. And I'm like, bro, what it's really giving is that Nick is flirting with Olandria in Taylor's face. I don't know why the two didn't she coupled up with Taylor because she was more interested in Taylor, but I feel like if Nick had his pick originally, he would have picked Olandria. When they played Pucker or Pie, I think when he called, or I can't remember what the question was, but he called Olandria for the question. I think he was hoping it landed on Kiss because he really wanted to kiss her. Y'all, I think that Nick is into Olandria. I really, and some of you guys may have been saying it already, but I really believe that they are into each other. Well, he's into her. I hope she's into him. I don't know, but I kind of want to see that happen. Look, can y'all put more challenges for them two to kind of like kiss each other and see what's gonna go down? Like, I'm just trying to see if is there gonna come a time where they gonna possibly explore some stuff? How about y'all do a compatibility test or something like that? Shake it up. Shake it up and do some type of compatibility test so people can see who actually has things more in common with them. Who's more compatible with who? Shake up the villa. And maybe from what people see that they're more compatible in, maybe they'll, probably go and get to know that person or something. Because I'm wondering how much compatibility Olandria and Nick have. Woo, I'm here for it. But anywho, Ace encourages Taylor to do a date for Olandria. And I'm like, Taylor, you may have to leave, baby. As much as I would like to see this, ship, form into something between you and Olandria, it's primarily because that's what Olandria wants. When it comes to you, I am tired of Ace giving you pointers on what to do with another woman. Honestly, it makes me feel like you're not interested in her for real. Because if you were, I just feel like you'll be coming up with all kind of stuff like Ace is. Ace like, oh, we're gonna do a yoga day or whatever, right? Oh, that didn't work out. Oh, let's do hibachi. Oh, let's figure out this. Like when you are into a girl, you're gonna figure it out. Right? I understand if you may be too nervous and you may need some help from one of the guys or whatever the case is, but I just feel like Ace is just giving you too much. And it's, boy, get your stuff together. I don't know if you like my girl like that. That's why I'm glad somebody coming in to shake it up just a piece. So Ace tells Taylor to act like he got a text from Shelly, right? I love this moment though. He was like, okay, I want you to act like you got a text, right, for Shelly. I want you to go upstairs and tell her, meet me downstairs or whatever. You have a date with I'm sorry, with Ace, for a hibachi style breakfast or whatever the case, and let's chop it up, whatever. It was super cute. I'm not gonna hold y'all. It was super cute how Ace came up with all of that, how he concocted that. The whole text and everything was so legit. It sounded just like something the producers would send them. So I was like, come on, Ace, I'm here for that. So Nick still decides he finna cook Shelly breakfast. He kind of already know what Ace is doing, but he don't care. He finna still take old girl breakfast. Like if I take her breakfast and she eats, then she ain't gonna have time to eat this hibachi that you trying to do. I'm hollering. So he goes upstairs, does his normal routine. And I said, well, shout out to you, Nick. Shout out to you for going upstairs and still giving her breakfast, because Miss Girl didn't give a fuck about you and your breakfast when Ace told her to drop everything and come downstairs and get ready and then come downstairs so we can do this yoga, okay? And the only reason she didn't go down there is because she got into it with Amaya. All right. Meanwhile, you still didn't get your breakfast unless you cooked it yourself. At least they didn't show us that you got your breakfast. All right. So that right there is crazy. Okay. I said, well, shout out to you, Nick. At least you're going to follow through when Shelly's not. Ain't that something? But let me tell y'all what was so freaking funny to me, and I actually love this, was when Shelly came downstairs and you had Nick saying, welcome to Ace Greene's finest cuisine, hibachi and grill. I love that. I was like, what? Ace Greene's finest cuisine, hibachi bar and grill, or whatever it was, hibachi and grill, whatever. When I tell you, I was tickled when he said that. It was like he made it seem like it was just this so legit thing, and I thought it was too cute. Girl, hilarious. So Ace and Shelly are talking, and he asked her if it bothers her that he is applying pressure while she is in her coupling. And she's like, it don't really bother me, but it is kind of weird though. Right? But mind you, before they even get out there, they in the kitchen and he's trying to cook for her. He's like, watch this, I can make whatever you want. So he's trying to flip a damn egg, and the egg fell on the ground. Girl, that whole scene too funny. Love it. So he says, yeah, me and him, we be having a friendly competition or whatever, even though it ain't no competition. And she said, you don't get to say it's no competition, baby. I get to let you know that. Girl, Ace know what it is. He's not crazy. Just like America knows what it is. It really ain't no competition. So he tells her that he does want to be intimate, but wants to do it the right way. That's what he says. I guess because he a slow burner child. So he tells her that they have a date tomorrow morning. So as they're eating and talking and he feeding her or whatever the case is, he said, also we got a date tomorrow morning, so don't be late. Okay, because you like to be late to everything. He said, and that type of shit like that'll piss me off. Like you need to be on time or whatever. And I'm like, ooh. When I tell you he literally trying to snatch her from Nick, he don't want her spending time with Nick. Okay. He don't want her cooking for Nick. He literally is trying to claim her as his girl when he should have chose her as his girl a long time ago. So now people are wholeheartedly believing that the producers told Ace to pick Amaya. Now, I don't know if they told him, but I could see them influencing his decision in some capacity. But I don't know why they would do that though. I don't know. It happened. It is what it is. Okay. So she's checking out Nick, right? While Nick is over there with Charlie, his bestie, and they're working out or doing what they're doing. She over there looking at him, and then Ace is like eyes front. She like, what? He's like, eyes front. And she just couldn't do that but laugh. And she was like, are you the jealous type? And he was like, yeah, like a little bit, like I am. Like, what? Okay. He like, yeah, I could get jealous, not really over that man, but yeah, like I'm here. I'm talking to you now. Like eyes front. Child, that was too funny. I do enjoy the banter, the interaction with Shelly and Ace. I am not going to lie. I do like it. Let's get to Huda and Nick because Huda was over there working out with Jeremiah and she's finally about to have this conversation with Nick, baby. And when we thought that Miss Huda was going to be gagging Nick, baby, Nick gagged her and us. Okay, period. So she tells him that she's a mom. And he's shocked. He's like, a mom or what? Like a dog mom? She was like, no, like a daughter, like a human being. Like, I have a human being. And he was like, whoa, really? And I think he said, that's so cute or something like that. He says, how does Jay feel about that? And she says, he's cool. He likes kids and he needed someone to talk to. So I wanted to make sure that I tell you so he'll have somebody to talk to. And Nick is like, you know what? Like, that's good. And, the way that he takes care of you, like, I know that he really likes you. So, like, that's what's up. And it's like, Nick, you want to sit up here and say that now when just the other day you was over there feeling like she was withholding information and this, that, and the other? Well, Nick, guess what? You weren't wrong. She was withholding tea. Now you learn what that tea is, okay? But anyway, so Nick does tell her that he's a bit jealous because he wants the kid too. And she was like, well, you're uncle now. And he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be the best uncle or whatever. And then, of course, they're talking about her and Jeremiah and stuff like that. And she's telling him like she really likes Jeremiah. He took the news very well. And then also says that, there's not a person that could really come in and that could pretty much turn her, turn her head away from him because she's just enjoying him so much. So Nick took this time to let her know, like, hey, I want to share something with you that, I don't know if he's told any of the other guys, but it's something that I don't believe that he's told any other woman that he's talked to so far because he doesn't know how they're going to take it. So basically, there's a couple that can't have a child, so he chose to be a sperm donor for them. So he gave it up, and he'll kind of have a child out there in the world, but not really. Okay, so she is like really surprised by this, you know what I'm saying, and in support of it, and she felt like that was super dope. And he gave some really nice comments about her in the confessional as far as like how she rocks and all this and that, like she's a badass or whatever. And I thought that Nick handled that conversation with Huda so great. And in comparison to Jeremiah, he handled it way better than Jeremiah did. But at the same time, Nick is not trying to date her. Jeremiah is, but then at the same time, because Nick does want to be a dad, I think that he would have been totally okay with knowing that she was a mom, knowing that he wants to be one too, right? So that's that. Taylor approaches Ace and he's like, hey, yo, I want you to lead a dance class for me. And of course, this dance class / date is for he and Olandria. So of course, Ace loves teaching class, honey, especially dance class, because that's what he does over there on the social media, on TikTok or whatnot. So he does this little, salsa dancing. He helps them out, do their thing. They 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. And then, next thing you know, as they're dancing, Olandria and Taylor, eventually, he gives her a kiss. I mean, the moment seemed to be genuine or whatever. She was happy that it happened and stuff like that. I think she was kind of surprised that it happened because I don't think they kissed in front of everybody outside of the challenge. Outside of challenges, I don't think, maybe they did, but I'm not sure. So now he's being a bit more affectionate with her. So, okay. And once he kissed her, everybody just went crazy and they, it was a cute scene to me, how everybody just went all crazy and everything. So it was all good. Jeremiah and Nick. So Jeremiah is slowly becoming okay with Huda being a mom. Nick tells him that he got excited to learn that he's an uncle, and then tells him that he wants to give him clarity and tells him, like, listen, you taking care of and supporting somebody else's child will be your life, okay? That's very important. Even if Huda does not want you to do that, you still would need to show up and assist even when she tells you not to do that, right? And Jeremiah says he understands and likes the fact that she's giving him time to think about it all and not to like pressure him to like make a decision or anything. So, it just depends on how Jeremiah is really feeling about her once they're outside of the villa. So we'll see if he's gonna want to get to know her child or if she's gonna let him be her child or anything. I don't think he should meet her child once they get out. I think they should continue to date, see how things go. I feel like he should earn her trust of some sort before he goes on to be meeting her kid like that. But that's just my personal of what I think. So that they ended up having that conversation, and although I just wasn't expecting Nick to have sound advice the way that he has, and I was not expecting Nick to respond to Huda the way that he did. And I'm like, okay, Nick, you might be a piece of mature. You might be a piece more mature than what I thought. Okay, I respect it. Let's get to Shelly and Austin, because she's just pretty much telling him how much, she likes both guys. And, when she's with one guy, she's thinking about the other guy. And, she just likes both of them. And Austin's like, listen, y'all look good kissing. I'm not going to hold you. All right. It's given Austin is a fan of the Ace and Shelly club. He is. He just hasn't found another woman to come in for him, so he's keeping Shelly close. But as far as who he knows matches better with chemistry and everything, it's going to be her and Ace. Like when they did the challenge, like later on tonight with the leather and lace, baby, I didn't even see Shelly kiss this man. I did not see Shelly kiss not I was gonna say Nick, but Austin. I did not see her kiss him. Like she did all the little up and down and touch and put the little thing on him, but she didn't like kiss any form of his body. I didn't really see that. Like it's not there. That chemistry is just not there. I need her to keep it real with herself. Okay. So anywho, he says that he like Ace sometimes, but at other times it's giving fuck you boy. Like F you boy. Like get the hell out of here, right? And Shelly says that she just want to be very clear that she likes both of the guys and she wants them to know that or whatever. But Shelly is similar for me how it was for Nick when I wanted Nick to make a decision between Belle-A and Sierra. I need you to make a decision when it comes to Austin and Ace. Pick an A, girl, and ride off with it. All right. Now, Sierra gets a text, and that's where we learn about the leather and lace party that they have that night. As the ladies get ready for the night, Olandria says the kiss with Taylor was nice. She says the kisses with him are always nice, and that wasn't really her issue. Then she says that she knows she isn't a physical person, but they can get physical tonight. And I know, a lot of us was on Taylor's head about him not being physical and whether he was attracted to her. I feel like it kind of goes back to what I said earlier on. Remember, I said that I feel like Taylor, maybe he's not as physical with her because he doesn't want to cross any boundaries and he wants to make sure that whatever he does is respectful to her. And then to learn that she is not as physical of a person, and she needed to have that talk with him to let him know that it is okay to be physical with her. I think that is what he was waiting on because of how he is as a person and also how she is as a person. So that's that. And maybe they really do like each other. So Ariana walks out looking good with her brunette hair or whatnot, and Austin wanted her to spank him too. Did y'all catch that? Austin true colors come out when his type of girl definitely comes in, right? And he wanted Ariana to spank him so bad. Calm down, little puppy. Okay? He wanted her to lick on him. Listen, when she told Charlie to crawl to her, I don't think Charlie did, but if she would have said that to Austin, Austin would not have hesitated to get on all fours to crawl to Ariana. You understand? Woo, honey, that's crazy, ain't it? So Austin talking about risky sex and he likes to have sex in public and stuff. But she said, okay, really where? He couldn't really name nowhere. He gonna name the obvious place that a lot of people would say, which is the movies. AMC theaters have probably seen me there a few times. Ace. I mean, not Ace, but Austin, baby, stop lying. I do not believe that Austin gives. I just don't think he'd be hunching like that. All right, he might be a little piece. I ain't gonna call him a pervert, but he might be a little horny, little something. But I don't know. I don't think he be getting it in like that. He just don't give those vibes. If you're a man that's smashing a lot of women, if you're a man that's sending a lot of sex text messages to people, then I feel like you're gonna operate with a different type of I know I'm that man type of energy because you pull so many women. And Austin doesn't do that. So I think he be lying. He be fluctuating numbers that like don't do that. You be lying. So anywho, the ladies strap the men together, strap the men up to the exes or whatever, and they walk up to them and explain to them how they've been a bad boy or whatnot. All the ladies went up to their guy. Now Hannah spit in Charlie's mouth. I know y'all be swapping saliva when y'all kiss, but bitch. And I just everybody. I could never do a show like this. You know, I can only watch it and talk about it. But anywho, Huda was damn near about to give Jeremiah head. Child, Shelly was not really trying to touch on Austin. What's her name? Amaya wasn't trying to do too much to piss Ace off again. And I don't even remember what Olandria and them was doing. Okay. But sure, okay. So eventually, as they're doing all of that, the bombshells do come out. They bring out two guy bombshells, Pepe and Jalen. And I don't know a whole lot about them aside from Jalen being from the South or something and him coming there for Olandria. Meanwhile, Pepe is there for Sierra and Hannah. And I don't see him getting Sierra at all. I can see him maybe getting some kisses from Hannah and Sierra, but if you think they're gonna leave their person, they're not. Now, Jalen ain't giving either to me. Neither one of the bombshells are. I mean, it's just giving lackluster for me. However, he is thicker than Taylor. Okay, he is thicker than Taylor, and I liked his hand placement when he went over there to kiss Olandria. Jalen, I liked it. Okay. I liked how he kind of grabbed her waist and then at some point he put his hands on her butt and kissed. I was like, okay, I like this kind of action right here now. Now I like this kind of stuff here. This is cute. Okay. But I don't know. He seems to be a bit more aggressive with it. That might be what Olandria wants, but I don't think we'll have to see. I don't know. I feel like it's not gonna be enough time for her to really be sold on Jalen. She might end up going back to Taylor. For real, for real. But I don't know, because Jalen may just do and give her all of the stuff that she wants, that she doesn't have to have a conversation with him about, like she has to do with Taylor. Right? He's just gonna naturally probably go for it or whatever. So we shall see. But I am kind of glad somebody else came in for Olandria to just see how is this going to play out. Okay. And you know, I think both guys are a little hard on the eyes, but I will say over time, Jalen may become easy on the eyes as he's paired up with Olandria, or as we just see him more, get to know his personality more and stuff. So, okay, we'll see. But can y'all let us pick the bombshells? Please let us pick who goes in next, because y'all be picking some whack folks. Then you gonna bring out, what's her name? Iris. Iris wasn't given either. I'm sorry. Body was cute, but listen, Hannah is gorgeous. Iris is okay. I'm saying that's just, everybody is different. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And right now I'm beholding it for myself. And I'm just gonna say that she not holding no candle to Hannah at this moment in my personal. Okay, while she coming out that time, she coming for Jeremiah and Nick. I said, okay, but if you think Nick is finna turn down Miss Girl for you, he not. Nick like him a little piece of color too. Okay, so I just don't see him turning down Sierra to come and be with her. So if a woman left the villa, it would be her, unless she teams up with Austin. That's the only way I see Miss Iris staying, is if she teams up with Austin. But because they got all these folks in the villa, I feel like they're going to let go of a guy and they're going to let go of a girl. I feel like they're going to have us vote. Okay, on our favorite couples. They're gonna list all of the couples and all of that. Everybody gonna sit down, and then they're gonna leave probably four people, two couples standing. Okay, and from that, the guys are probably gonna have to choose to save a guy or a girl, and vice versa. And then those other two people that's standing there, they will be leaving the villa. Watch what I tell you, and I wouldn't be surprised if well, I could see Shelly. Well, no. Oh, no, because if they do it like that, then Ace and Amaya could potentially be standing at the bottom, because what we would be doing is voting on our favorite couple. So if we vote on our favorite couples, that means the people that are already coupled up, meaning Shelly and Austin, they will continue to be there. Who will likely be in the bottom is Ace and Amaya. And the reason why is because people don't like how Ace treated Amaya, and they don't like how Amaya sat up there and crashed out on Shelly. So they would definitely be at the bottom. Who else would potentially be at the bottom with them? I would want to say Jeremiah and Huda, but because producers are also invested in their connection, I see them staying on the show longer. So who else they would likely put at the bottom would be probably Charlie and Hannah. I can see Amaya and Ace, Charlie and Hannah staying at the bottom. If the guys had to choose, you already know the whole house is saving Ace. They not saving Charlie. He's gone. Right? Then when it comes to Amaya and Hannah, I could see them choosing Amaya, but then I also could see them choosing Hannah. I could see them choosing Amaya because Amaya didn't get a fair shake in the villa, technically, right? Meanwhile, Hannah found her interest in Charlie. So those two can leave the villa together and just go on about their business. But I also could see it being some of the bombshells. So that girl Bombshell and one of the guys may get the heck out. So it's just going to be interesting. I just want to see who are the final people that's going to be staying in the villa and not after we vote, and how they're going to pretty much do it. But anywho, those are my thoughts. Let's keep going. All right. I don't like the fact that they brought in another woman bombshell. Let me be clear about that, because we just got some. Like, why would you bring us two guys and then give the guys another girl? Like, for fucking what? And the only way y'all would do that, and I feel the only reason y'all would do that, is to be able to save Austin. That's what I would think. Because how many girls do you have? You have Shelly, you got Huda, you got Olandria, you have Sierra, you have Hannah, and now you got Iris. Did I say Olandria? I feel like it may be 6 of them, right? So that's 6 girls, if I count it right. Then you have, for the guys, you got Jeremiah, Ace, Taylor, Nick, Charlie, Austin, and then you got 2 other people. So you got 6 girls, 8 guys. So if the 6 girls, so then 2 guys will end up going home. The guys not picked will be going home, or the guys not picked, they will choose to keep one of the guys and send another one of the guys out the villa. That could potentially happen. Right? 6, and then it's 8. So yeah, it'll leave 2 people. So they may send one of the guys out the villa. And that means if a guy were to leave the villa, it would be Pepe. I don't see Pepe making a connection with any of the ladies. I can see Olandria ended up being with Jalen for a little bit, right? She could choose Jalen over Taylor. And when it comes to choosing Pepe and Taylor, the guys are going to keep Taylor, period. Typically, the old school people, they're going to keep the people they've had a connection with the longest, because they're not going to want to see them go. So Taylor, that would make an interesting dynamic to see Olandria in a throuple, right? Where she's having to choose between Taylor and Jalen. That would be crazy. So I don't know, but those are my thoughts about that. All right. What else did I want to say? Taylor wanted the bombshell to dap him up. Did y'all see that? Like when he was up there, like, yeah, y'all cool with me, dap me up. I said, yeah, when Jalen starts going for your girl, is it gonna still be giving dap me up? Yeah. Then you got Iris. Iris gets over there to Jeremiah. She ready to tongue kiss him down to the ground. Tongue kiss him down to the ground. And then you see Miss Motherfucking Huda doing aerobics, bending back, okay, doing all kind of back bends, talking about some bitch. And one thing Huda gonna do is call a woman a bitch. One thing she's gonna do is saying, bitch, if you don't stop what you doing, like, girl, if you don't stop, and do y'all know the bombshell stopped and kept going? BIT, the way I would have locked onto Jeremiah's lips. First of all, I don't even be into all that, but the way I would have locked on like a fucking pit bull, she would. I'm gonna give you a reason to really dislike me, BIT, because you had so much to say about Amaya. You had so much to say, girl. I'm gonna give you a reason to talk shit about me. Then let me lock on these lips a little bit more. Period. Man, because no, she didn't. Cause she stayed calling somebody a BIT, and I just don't think that was fair for her to do. Cause nobody else did that. Like, yeah, they may have looked back or whatever, then turned back around, but for you to bend all the way back and then call that girl out her name, yeah, I hope she cuss your ass out. Okay, I hope they send the right one in there for Huda, just a little bit. Send the right one in there that's gonna get with her ass, because she's a bit of out of order for me. Okay, but that's pretty much everything that I got. All right, on the latest episode of Love Island USA. You guys go ahead and sound off down below in the comments. Let me know your thoughts about the latest episode. Of course, I'm Jami, that's me. And you know, I will be catching you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
I preach to the choir, stand with my feet to the fire, give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters, I'm silent, nobody can stop me. Just gotta check in my notification, them numbers hit like it's a proxy. Cashed out at the ATM, and the ATL, they done made a gym. I've been kicking doors like the ATF, got them trying to clone me like Agent Smith. Game time, I invaded gym, high elevated, I can face the rim, putting shots up. I got laser focus, about to take it over, I'm Invader Zim. On a trip to Florida like it's A&M. Who that nigga, man, they say I'm him. Spit the truth, never wasting film, I can feel the pool